strong in faith.
Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Good evening and welcome once more to Child Protection on Radio Maria 91.3 FM, the voice of truth. Welcome you again today to that wonderful program that talks about our children. We cherish them, we love them, we sacrifice for them, and at the end of the day, we celebrate them and they celebrate us in return. And talking about celebration, before I start today, I would want to do a shout out to our beloved Reverend Father Robert, the great presenter of Side by Side. Have a wonderful birthday. We love you. May God continue to strengthen you, fill you with wisdom, more grace, more anointing for our bountiful harvest as you continue to enjoy the day and the rest of your life. Once again, from Radio Maria and all your listeners out there, we say, happy birthday, Father Robert. Have a great day. Now back to our program, 91.3 FM Radio Maria. We're talking about child protection. And what does this program do? We look at the children's rights that are human rights. We help them to realize that as human beings they have rights, and we stand with them and by them to ensure that these rights are completely not just protected but also upheld. We talk about the environment around them. You are what you eat, just as you are also some product of your environment. How safe is it for them? How secure? How motivated? How are we keeping them safe? Keeping them away from all of the dangers that are there, increasing by the day. How are we helping them to overcome the excesses that lure them and tempt them into veering off the real target? And then some already are victims. Some have already fallen prey. Some have been abused. Some have been exploited. All manners of experiences. And we begin to say, it's time to heal them. It's time to bring them back once more, love them and tell them that it's possible to spring back and to become greater and better. We do not stigmatize them. We do not discriminate against them. We do not tag them. We do not give them names. We don't deport them to our villages to hide them away. Of course, they are children to be loved and to be cherished. Today we are going to continue with our topic, the parenting styles we talked about the other time was something that will lead us into this topic by looking at the effective ways, the requirements we need, effective parenting, which is a great task for every parent. We'll be looking at them, but the part of it we're going to take today is trying as much as possible to be ahead of these children to ensure that we're not caught napping. Last week we talked about being a model, and being a model to children means living an exemplary life. Whatever you tell them to do, you do. Whatever you say, you will do. They're watching you. You do what you say and be what you're asking them to become. And they also would look up to you to see how you handle issues like patience, virtues like love, being charitable, making excuses correctly, speaking up when it's time and when it's right. They will watch you to know how knowledgeable you are, how logical you are, how reasonable your presentations are, your arguments with them are, your discussions with them are. They want to know whether my father or my mother, my guardian, is informed with all they have around them. their laptops, their different devices, all the iPads, tablets, phones are giving them information daily. Their peers are giving them information daily. So how much information do you have as a parent? And how are you going to make sure that you're able to sieve out the good from the bad? We also talked about being firm and fair. Integrity comes in here. They watch what's daddy up to. Is he representing what he's saying? Is he really this person that he says he is? Is he accountable? Is he responsible? Same for mom. Same for whoever the guardian is or the caregiver. Are they committed? What do they do at this point in time when there's crisis or when things are going maybe down or nosediving? How do they handle the situation? They look at all of these and they expect us to be this model. So to me, it's a summary of them all when you say you have to be a model to your children. You have to live an exemplary life because you'll be looking out for all of these qualities we're talking about. But today, we're going to be looking at the other aspect of it, how to handle their emotions and be able to get that desired result and effect we want from them. Don't go away, we'll be coming back soon. Welcome back to 91.3 FM Radio Maria, the voice of truth. If you're just tuning in, it's Child's Protection on Radio Maria, and we're still on our topic, effective parenting. We all say that parenting is a great task, and who's presenting this to you today is Mrs. Mary Angela Momoh, Madam Momoh, the child advocate. Now, we're saying that our children today are very smart. They are smart. And they know way above and more than what you can imagine they know. So you don't sit back and relax and say, he's just a 5-year-old, he's just a 6-year-old, he's a child. Whatever I do before him, he's not taking notes, and he can't even access this particular thing I am doing right now. The influence of peers, the influence of the social media, the different devices, the cyber world, brought to them not by you, but by these peers, is not what you can underestimate. You shouldn't dare underestimate it. So you have to be ahead of them. Have you heard about different codes and the different mnemonic slangs they use for certain things? You'll be right there, and they're not just selling you. They sell you and give you the change again to say, daddy or mommy, hold this change for something. You must be abreast. You must nose around. You have to be up and about. You have to be ahead of them in terms of knowledge, information. You really would want to know what's trending now, what's on right now. They have Instagram, they have Twitter, they have WhatsApp, there are a lot more than those ones we know regularly. A lot. So you could be holding your phone and you're not accessing anything, or their phone, you're not accessing anything, because they have gone deep into some of those other ones that you may never have thought of. Yes, they are there. So you have to be an online parent. That is, you have to be savvy, online savvy. You must know, internet savvy. You must find out, you have to learn, you have to update. It's not just updating in terms of fashion, putting on the right attachments or wig, the right kind of suits, blazers, shoes. No. It's way beyond that. You must know what the world is talking about. Because right in your presence, you could see them drinking something that looks like Fanta, but the content, the composition of that color you're seeing is not it. It's not the Fanta. So we just also as parents must be up and about when we're talking about parenting. You need to introduce God, the fear of God. Whatever your religion is, let them know that there's a supreme being. They didn't just come down like that. There's a supreme being that they must all revere and serve. The fear of God, we say, is the beginning of wisdom. When they have the fear of God, you don't need to be there for them to do the right thing. You do not need to be there for them to stand up to the right thing, to the morals, the good morals we're talking about here. Your presence is good because we're talking about quality time for them. But in the face of adversity, in the face of making a choice between the good and the bad, in the face of walking away from a bad influence or a bad friend, there's one thing that will keep them strong, and that is the fear of God. That is knowing why we should not wait to see mom and dad or even our teacher, but to know that this is not pleasing to God and it will not help my spirit man. Show them your holy book. Make sure they read. Make sure they share with you and allow them express themselves. Even if it looks contrary to what they are reading, then take time to explain to them. And if you're not knowledgeable, take them to a higher religious leader to explain to them. Don't wish it away. Don't begin to torment them or talk down on them. You will make them pretenders. When you're not there, they do another thing altogether. When you're there, they show you the side you want to see. And they are 180 degrees away from that side they are showing to you. So we should allow them express themselves. And that takes me to the next point. No coercion. Don't force them. Lead them to it. Open their eyes to see. Help them to appreciate why it should be like this or why it shouldn't be like that. Yes, parenting is not an easy task. It's not also like you are on a ring fighting, but to some extent, that's atmosphere of we must get it right is there, but it shouldn't be seen as if there's that much pressure. At times, the pressure could be right inside of you. Like, if I slap this child now, if I kick him now, if you kick him, no problem. He gets hurt, you pay the money, you spend it, but you're not going to get that desired effect. And you're going to also build a wall, a brick wall between you and the child. So what have you succeeded in doing? You must not coerce them. Help them to learn, appreciate, and be patient when you're bringing in these ideas that does not sit well with them. Again, remember what we said, that in parenting styles, you have the administrative style, you have the other style where you put down your feet and say, look, today. The authoritative style, and then you have the other style where you say, today I am Oga of this house. Put on your clothes and let's head now to the mosque. Or put on your clothes, let's go to church. You're looking at the infants there. When the adolescent and the early adulthood is coming in, there's need to negotiate, to discuss. There's need to make them understand some of these things. Even as babies, they probably at times get very cranky, and something you say, no, today is for God. We have to go and say thank you for keeping us, for doing all of these good things to us, protecting us, providing for us. So come on, let's go and say hello to our Father in heaven. So you make it look very real and realistic to them. Now, what about choice of subjects? Question. I want you to be a lawyer. You're going to be a doctor. You, an accountant. I don't know how many people ask their children to be teachers anyway. yet everybody has been through one form of teaching or the other and will continue to experience the life of teaching, or rather teachers in their lives. Now there's this habit of some parents saying my child must be this, and they call the shots and stamp their feet. So at the point they even tell, especially for the men, they tell the mother, go and talk to your son. Anything short of this, I'm not paying the fees, or you're on your own. The school is there, especially for those of them moving from SS3 now to the university. They want to fill their JAMB form, and they're saying, this is what I want, this is what I think I can do. You get to the school counselor, the counselor says, from the aptitude, from the performance I'm seeing before me, this child cannot be a medical doctor. He has chemistry, biology, physics, perfect, but he doesn't have the aptitude. At the slightest sight of blood or somebody fidgeting or getting into any form of problem in terms of health, you see him breaking into sweat. He cannot handle, he becomes nervous. Hey, somebody is fainting in the class. You see him also even almost fainting along with the person. How is he going to help a sick person then? He doesn't have the aptitude. The fact that he has chemistry, biology, physics does not mean that he has the aptitude to study medicine. He tells you, Mom, I'd rather do engineering, or I'd rather do chemistry. I want to be a chemist. And you say, what do you do with chemists? What do chemists do in Nigeria? You want to go and study medicine now so that you can open your own clinic. He could go. He could go and study. He could come out excellently well. But when he comes, what does he do? He drops your certificate and says, Mom, Dad, here is the certificate. I am a medical doctor now, so you can keep the certificate. I want to go into baking. I want to be a baker. I love baking. I hear that one of the best bakers, cake designers in Lagos right now was a medical doctor. After studying medicine for his parents, or even for himself, he found this beautiful hobby and he's earning a living from it. You don't go close to him if you don't have the money in hundreds to bake your cake. So what I'm trying to say in effect, it's not as if we cannot guide them. Sure, we have to guide them. Not as if we cannot tell them, this is what I know. To me, I feel this subject you have here is heading or leading towards law or medicine or teaching or accounting. And the child says, no, Mommy, this part of it is really not very comfortable for me. I'm not comfortable with this part or this part or this part. You can also tell them it's possible to overcome it. Do you need extra lessons? But when the child is saying no and no, please, could we just allow the child, go with the child to the counselor and see exactly what you can do with that. We're going to take a break right now. Please stay tuned. Welcome to 91.3 FM Radio Maria, the voice of truth. Once again, we are looking at child protection. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm going to be releasing the numbers so you can start calling in as we move along. Today, I would be giving you some set of numbers. The first is 0700 123 7990. I'll take it again. 0700 123 7990. The second number is 0700 123 7991. They are serial. And the third is 070 123 7992. Call us on any of these numbers and give us your views, your contributions, we are always ready to learn, to welcome them, and the listeners also will get richer and better for it with the information. Now, we're saying we should not coerce them. We shouldn't force them, especially when we're talking about their profession, their career, what they want to become, and what you think you want them to become. It is going to be their life, not your life. So please, let's desist. Hello? Hello? Sorry, we lost that number. Now, well, it's your life. You're living yours already. They have their life. So we ensure that we work here. We have to work hand in hand with the school teacher, the school counselor particularly. There are cases where a child even changes completely from the sciences to the arts. And then when the child begins to have some hiccups here and there, you say, no, don't talk to me about it. You wanted to change. You have changed. So be on your own. No. We have to help them. This is, to them, the middle of crisis when they begin to have that choice subject problem, especially when they're not studying or they're not probably working towards what you would have liked them to become in terms of profession or whatever career. They may even be afraid to talk about it. So it's also for you to pry. It's for you to also follow up on how they're faring. This change we just made on this subject, now you have dropped physics, chemistry, biology is compulsory. Now taking up English literature and CRS, two very, very broad subjects, a lot to read, and so on. The reading pattern changes. So there's need for you to help him. I did that for some of the children I was mentoring. And by the grace of God, one of them is a great lawyer today. The father saw him. In short, he's an all-A student. Even in his WAEC, he made it straight A's, even when he changed. But by SS2, there was a big mountain before him. And when I looked at it, I saw that it was just a small hill, very little. And we sat down, talked about it, went to the counselor. I came to the school, visited the counselor, and the counselor, of course, great personality, helped to put this child through. The subject teachers also, I had to visit them because the father had the father had put down his feet. I will not come near that school. I have no business with that. He wants to study it, let him go ahead and study it. And of course, the mother of that child is already late. So the child cried to me. A member of my pet club, Society for Abused Minors and AIDS Victims. I have pet clubs, Students Against HIV and Abuse. And he was the president at that time. So I went with him, and behold, by the grace of God, we overcame it. And by the time he came out with his mock result, he was the valedictorian of the school. He was the best student, almost all round. So we just need to help them a bit, push a little bit. Well, if they say no, let them be, and you guide them. You get back to love them. You can't throw them away. You say you pour the dirty water away. You don't pour the baby and the dirty water away. And this particular water is not dirty. He's just simply telling you, Daddy, I'm scoring this high. Yes, but the inside of me, what is reflecting, is not the same. There's something I feel, and there's something when I'm doing this particular subject. This is the satisfaction I get. When I'm reading this is how I feel. If you allow them take that they're at home with, when the difficulties come, they're able to surmount it. They're able to overcome. But when you push them into those ones, you think, oh, they are doing so well. Why would they not? And the child does not have the strength, the stamina, does not have the courage to say, this is this particular issue concerning this subject. You shout the child down. Before you know it, you begin to hear about the carryovers in the university. You begin to hear about, God forbid, even suicide attempt. A child had once written the mother, Mom, if not that I love you so much, I can't allow you to take this pain. I would have ended it tonight. I have been writing this particular subject. I don't know what is in it that I am not able to make it. But somehow I get into the hall. This is what I experience. Children have cases of depression. We do not believe it, but it is true. The medical people will tell you that. Depression in childhood experiences. I'm not even talking about adolescence yet, I'm talking about adulthood. Children, talking about children, the little ones from ages 5 to 8, 9, 10, they get depressed. They are pointing something out to you. You are not seeing it from their perspective. You are not also wanting to even check how objective and how real that situation is. They are children. You have spoken. It must be. You bang. Take the gavel. Bam. You decree. No, that's not the way. We need to sit down with them and discuss. We need to talk with them. Chat. Discuss. Look at it objectively. Let's see the superior opinion and let the superior opinion win. As long as it is not in the negative, as long as it is not criminal, as long as it is not going to destroy their lives, their souls, it's good to listen and find out which way is better. The way that seems better to them, you may also be able to tell them, and they begin to see with you and bear with you and say, Dad, you're right here. I think so, I think so, I think so. Because at times too, this hero worshipping, their friend is going this way, let me go this way. Their friend is doing that, or this celebrity is doing this. Yes, the temptation is there, the possibility is there. But you must also now try to discern, find out the real situation and condition, and begin to separate and sieve. And then the moment you are convinced that this is a situation that is true to life, of course, please, you need to cooperate. And even when it is an outrightly negative situation, some of them go into drugs from relationship with friends, peers, all of these adverts we have now every day, they are pushing it in their faces. If it's not some of those adverts that if they don't get in that, the mood I'm talking about, they will not feel it's good enough for consumers to take. And the child begins to think that, oh, this man is looking so good because like the health program we had, because it's puffing the cigarette and making them feel that this is all that it is to life. And it says, whoa, I would like to be that like this guy. I like his suit. I like the way he looks. I begin to tell them that those things are not real. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, hello? Yes.
Okay. Please, madam, good evening.
Good evening. Please, where are you calling from and your name, please?
Okay, I'm calling from Prince and Princess Estate here in Abuja.
Okay, great. Thanks for calling in. And your name? Your name, please.
I'm calling from Lillian. The
Okay.
name is Lillian.
Okay, welcome, Lillian.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I said welcome to the program. Let's hear you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to just add to what you've been saying. I will not ask the question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, you're talking about children and their interests.
Yes.
I have a nephew
Okay.
who is not doing so well with school.
Okay.
In fact, lesson teachers, different lesson teachers have been introduced,
Okay.
but he's still not just doing, he's not making any progress.
Okay.
What is the advice for such child? Because most times the parents are very angry, most times they are calm too. We try talking to him, advice, but anything that has to do with school, but you see anything that has to do with computer, anything that has to do with IT, using the phone, he can disorganize phone and rearrange it. So is it advisable to even bring him out of the school and put him in a technical thing like that?
I like this question. Yeah, thank you.
He just falls.
Thank you very much. Yeah, he thank you very much, Lillian. He has flair for maybe IT and all of that, but he still needs to read so many other subjects to eventually get into the university or to go learn it as a certification. He has passion, but he's obsessed. So that's where the authoritarian and authoritative part of parenting will come in. You will now make sure that he understands that he also needs other subjects. If eventually he becomes a genius, he still needs English language as simple as it is to express and to explain to whoever is going to, even if he cannot write, somebody has to write for him. He needs to tell that person, this is what I want, this is how I do this. We take it up, flip it, turn it around, we tuck it in. That's English language. If I pick up this phone and I dismantle the phone, to mount it up again, I need to take this, place it under the other one at this angle, at that angle. He needs his little mathematics. He doesn't have to have A1 in math or even a C5. A C6 will do. Are you getting me? So we still need to get that child to know that he needs other subjects. That is one. Then secondly, this part of lesson teachers are not able to help him and he's not showing any interest. Could we please properly psychoanalyze that child? Let's be sure nothing is keeping him away from school. Because some of them get bullied, they don't want to go to school, they will not tell you that this is the problem they are facing. Some of them have things disturbing their minds outside bullying. We need to know. So it's good for that child to see a counselor. If the school counselor is not helping, people think that when you take a child to the hospital and they push you towards the psychiatric department, they say, God forbid, my child is not mad. It is to the psychiatric department because we do not have in Nigerian hospitals, most Nigerian hospitals, I don't know how many Nigerian hospitals have psychologists and have these people that can sit down and say, this child needs to be properly diagnosed to find out. Number three is that some of these children that come up as what they call them now, they say they are slow learners or children with special needs. And people begin to talk down on them. He does not know anything. He cannot know anything. No. That child might even have special need issues. But because he's not manifesting, because everybody wants to say any slow child is autistic. It's not true. There are children with special needs. There's dyslexia. There are different forms of issues around them. And these are geniuses, ironically. If you find out the great people that have done great things, that came up with great inventions in history, most of them, people had written them off as this one is autistic, this one is not, they never do well. In short, he's Olodo, he knows nothing. And then he sits down to that particular thing he knows how to do, and he does it greatly. And thank God that over there, they promote them, so they shine. But here, we talk down on them, we label them, and push them away. So please, let's go in all the ways we can. First of all, let the counselor handle. Secondly, let's find out and be sure that he's truly safe and free in school. Thirdly, let's be sure that he does not have special needs and attend to that child, because I know that that's a great child coming up and Nigeria must have the best out of him. Thank you very much. I don't know whether that has helped you. Hello? Please, could you reduce the volume of your radio, please? Reduce the volume of your radio so we could hear you. Hello? Tune down your radio a bit. Mrs. Momoh was saying, please, could you tune down your radio? Okay, better now. Good evening. Please, where are you calling from and your name?
I'm heading to
Okay. I like that location. Okay, then, can we hear you? Your name. Okay, Jude? Okay, welcome, Jude. Safe ride.
I have a child, my last daughter, just finished her SS3.
Okay.
I have a child who's very good.
Okay.
She said,
It's breaking, Mr. Jude. It's breaking. Another thing you can do, if we're not hearing you and you're hearing me, You could send a message to these numbers. They are WhatsApp numbers too. We're not hearing you clearly. Yes. Okay, I heard this one. Go ahead. Let's try again. Go ahead.
So I said, my daughter wants to reach theater art.
Okay.
I thought, I was asking her what is it about theater art? You want to act it? You say, no, it's not all about acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that, script writing and stuff. Actually, I can write a book anyway.
Good.
So, but somebody now, and I read the colleague in the office, he said, I can ask her to read mass communication, that you can still learn script writing from that out. And, but she's not seem to be accepting it. And now, I know a friend that is writing most of the Nollywood film.
Yes.
I asked him, can you help me with this, my challenge, my daughter?
Okay.
And I said that right now what she did, she read engineering, civil engineering in the West, but she has been writing almost one quarter of all the things they are working with on in Europe.
Okay.
But if my daughter is here, a man, I can let her read that math come, but let her now go and do whatever she wants to ask master. But because math come, paper is like it's very it's not that broad as math come. But she seems to think she knows what she's doing, but I think she may be making a mistake. But all of my colleagues had the same issue. And they made her read math com, and she's doing a great math com, because she's covering entertainment aspects of math com, all the actors, they've been following the beginning of internet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Can I say something? Can I say something here, please? Yes. Yes. Have you spoken with the school counselor who has the child's academic records before her?
Before this came, she has finished. I need to do that later, but I didn't do that before.
No, she has finished what? No, let's hear that. You're trying to say something. Is she done with school? With her secondary school?
Yes, it's about to enter university now.
Okay.
Now we're looking for.
Okay, that's fine. You're looking for what? For admission?
Admission, yeah. That's what we're putting on now.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. You can send a text message. But now let's talk about this particular issue, because you're pushing her into school now to go and read maths com, because your colleague has said this. Somebody has given you an example of a sister that in education, that's what we call individual differences, even if they're identical twins. Please, could you just go and talk with a counselor in school, and that counselor has the child's results, all of these continuous assessments and everything concerning the child's final exams and performance, and then they can sit down in your presence. They will analyze it and tell you that this child can sit properly and do the theater arts. There's nothing wrong with her doing theater arts. If she has aptitude for it, if she has the number of subjects, a right combination for it, please talk with the counselor and let's see what comes out of it, and get back to me on any of these numbers, maybe text message or WhatsApp. Okay, Mr. Jude. Is that okay? Okay, there's a call. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Momoh.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Once again, I must commend you. My name is Dr. Odi.
Thank you.
Radio Maria is my radio of choice.
Thank you so much.
Once again, I must commend you.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Doing a great job.
Thank you, doctor.
You're doing a great job realigning parents and children to the responsibilities of the times.
Thank you very much.
The only challenge we have is that Nigerians believe that experts are only doctors and lawyers. They don't know that experts includes people like you who guide children, guide families to achieve responsible areas of studies and specialization. So
I appreciate
keep
this.
up the good job. Seek for more time on radio.
and educate more people. The quality of this radio station is amazing.
Thank you so much,
It's
sir.
amazing.
Thank you, Doctor.
And once again, I will pray that the good Lord will bless you, that you grow in
Amen.
His wisdom and knowledge.
Amen.
I listen to your program all the time.
I appreciate
And,
that, sir.
Yes, I'm always amazed at the competencies you display.
Thank you so much, sir.
So keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Nigeria will indeed be a better nation for all of us.
Amen.
With the services from people like you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I would have invited you tomorrow. I'm getting an award from a national body, but if you send a text message, I could give you a reply on that.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Odi.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate. So back to what we're saying, coercion, and we're saying that these children are human beings. They also have minds of their own. And we shouldn't always compare them and make them feel that this person is better than the other. What is a flaw or something, maybe a minus in this person, might be a plus in the other person. And what you're looking at as a minus could also be an indication of something higher. And we keep learning. I am still learning. I read. I don't go to bed, in short, until my doctor starts saying, you are no longer that young. Try to get enough sleep, Madam Momoh. At times I stay up till 1 a.m. I could even be sleeping, and when I go to ease myself, I get back and remember, hey, my talk for tomorrow, there's something I need to look up. When I was doing my research on oxytocin, when these children begin to release those hormones they shouldn't have released as babies, as children, because somebody's infringing, somebody is touching wrongly and stimulating them to release the oxytocin that would have been a blessing in the body of an adult, it becomes a problem in the body of a child. So these are the things we need to look at when we are talking about our children. Let's not completely say this child must be like this child, or this particular reaction or situation went this way with this child, therefore it has to be the same reaction with the other child. No, it's not correct. So we must make sure that we are treated as they are treated as the individuals that they are. And if you look at nature, everything God has made is beautiful and perfect. So in every child, there's an endowment. There's something great. Even these ones we say maybe they are autistic, they are slow, they are that. Look at them very well, observe them very well, and you will find out where their strength is and work on the strength. Somebody gives birth to child. I have a son figure, a foster son, and immediately after primary 6, he told me, Mom, this child loves football and everything, and I'm sending him to a football academy. That boy, eventually, he's going to the football academy, although that's a bit expensive, but thank God they can afford it. In the UK, in that academy, they are taught so many other things, but they concentrate on the child's strength to get him out as a professional footballer. I remembered in those days, a child playing football is like, in short, this one is lost. The mother would start, they would put a curse like that football will kill you. But we've gone past those kind of mentality. If the child can play flute and can play it very well, why not? It doesn't mean that the child must go and study music, but look at that gift, that particular gift, and begin to encourage the child in that line to bring out the best of the child, out of the child. The Olympics we're talking about, what happens? Somebody can swim and can swim very well. He comes out with a gold medal. He's a star. Somebody can write and writes very well. He's a star. Whatever they can do, yes, life is complementary. All those things around them, we gather them together. We help them to ensure that they have a holistic, a total training They are trained all round, because as children, they may not be making up their mind on the right thing, like Mr. Jude was trying to point out, but we cannot decide also that because this person is a child, what he's saying is not right. No, we will just follow up. As we are watching him, we're also watching ourselves. We're making sure that we are not biased. We're making sure that we are not prejudiced. We're making sure that we're being fair enough, that we are being objective. Yes, that's why we have to be informed. We have to be informed. So we're moving on now to say we have to be open. That is the next point. We must be open. Never put a seal there to say, this is it, I know it all, and it ends here. Says who? As I am, my children are teaching me things. Parenting adult children is another kettle of fish. As children, you talk and hush and all of that. Mommy, I'm sorry. Adolescents, they argue a bit and they let go. You see these adult ones, they give you back and tell you that, Dad, you taught us how to be this. You taught me how to be this. And it has gone in. Now you're asking me to change. Hey, stiff wood, can I break? And then you now start, you go on your knees and start praying, Lord, please let her find out. Let her come to the realization that lead her to start praying. Because you talk again too hard, you lose them. And you may say they can bloody go to hell. Really? Relationship does not go to hell like that. So you must learn according to the age of your child and be informed ahead of the next stage of the child. Parenting. And we're talking about what here? Effective parenting. Being effective, doing it correctly and getting the right results. And also getting harmony at the end of it all for the good of both you and the child and for the good of humanity. Parents, we need to do all this because where we are right now in our beloved country, Nigeria, if you say we are down, that is not it. We are deep down at the base of the sea. We need to start coming up from there again because we have not been sitting up to our responsibility. Sorry if I'm saying we, I am talking about a majority, not everybody, because I know of parents that have put in everything that should be put into parenting by the grace of God. But like I also say, even if you have done that, you still are not perfect. You continue to learn. I am still learning and I continue to learn. I am still consulting. I still have meetings with my children. They sit you down and tell you, Mom, why do you think you should do it this way? Are you not, using or, ending this particular part by doing this other part? Don't you think this balance should come? Do you know you can balance up age and this and reduce stress and reduce, the headaches and all that? Yes, at times they can get negative to like, Mom, you've done this for so long. Who is recognizing you? But behold, doctor just called me now to recognize me. Eh? Mr. Lupe is smiling over there. Somebody just told me something that is nice. You understand? But it's not even, we don't even have to wait for somebody to recognize it. Do it because it's good to do it. Do it because it's going to help humanity. And do it because it's pleasing God. So you don't even give up when you feel, all that I put into these children, what am I getting from it? You're getting something. Just hang on there. Be patient. It's going to come. And they're going to come around to say, Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't do this right. I didn't do that right. But where do you get that from? From the beginning as children, so that you must teach them to have the right conscience, to be able to own up, to accept that what they have done is right or wrong, and be bold and brave enough to come before you to say, I am sorry. So that takes us to the point that we need to be open. Where we have erred before them, we should apologize. If you don't start apologizing to them when they are young, when they are also adults, they will no longer apologize. They remain stiff to their wives, to their husbands, to their children, to their neighbors, and everywhere is strife and rancor. They begin to talk about all these things we are pointing out now that are befalling us in the society. Aggression, hostility, coldness. Somebody is perpetuating evil, and the person is cold and tells you that he doesn't care about it, nothing will come out of it. In short, I am immune. In short, I have this and I have that behind me. It's all from childhood. How many of them knew love when they were growing up as children? We celebrate their little successes. We make sure that we don't go out of our way to please them. We do what we can afford and explain to them. Like I said, have meetings with them, bring them together and say, look, this is how it is today. Today, we're going to just do yam and oil. And do you know that it's delicious and nutritious? If you put onion there and put pepper, just a little heat, and the aroma comes out, yummy. You enjoy it. That's beautiful. Today, no sausages, no that, no that. But no problem. Do you know there's yam, there's stew, there's yam, there's oil, or there's rice, and there's that. Before you know, they will be the ones managing the house for you. Unfortunately, we have just 6 minutes to go, and we have to round up. Hello, that's call. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. Anyway, we have to be rounding up for today. So try as much as possible to live this exemplary lifestyle we're talking about. And on parenting, we're going to be coming up with something, but like it's not going to be very soon. Anyhow, we'll be talking about it in bits as we move on, as you also be part of our program to ensure that we're having it right. Thank you very much for listening. It's Child Protection on every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. on 91.3 FM Radio Maria. Thanks a lot for all those that tried to call in and couldn't. We're sorry. It's all network issue. And here in the studio, we're saying we love you all. And again to Father Roberts, we say, happy birthday, Father. Have fun. Bye-bye.